Yep.
Joined now by Syracuse head coach Colgate, Joey Spallina, Jimmy McCool, the challenge flag. We'll take a quick opening statement from the coach, and then we'll open it up for questions.
I guess I was afraid to give it up. I got my first win in the challenge, so there's been a lot of ones that were so close you couldn't overturn them in the past, but we got one today. But you look at the world of lacrosse, and a ranked win is big. Look at what happened today. We briefly saw a couple of the scores, and number one going down, these other teams going down. It just shows you that it doesn't matter who you're playing. And we were playing a very good, excellent Colgate team that scores a heck of a lot of goals. They're scrappy, they're tough. We were on the other end of the flags, unlike last year, where we had a lot of man-up opportunities. This year. It was them. They had their chance, and Coach O's man down had the opportunity to I think it was like 2 for 8 or 2 for 9, so they did a great job on the man down. And I just thought, from Jimmy setting the tone with 13 first half saves, 18 saves overall, just, allowed us to, stay on top and finish the game. And I thought, it was exciting for me to see the Owen and Joey both hit their 200 points on the same play. Very exciting. They each got a point to get there, and I thought they both had great games today, and had some key plays that allowed us to stay on top and finish that game. So just happy to move on. You gotta appreciate every win when you're at the Division I level, because you never know. So super excited and ready to move on to the next one.
Take questions.
Coach, you talked before the game about Colgate's 10-man ride. Obviously, they're a very aggressive team, and clearly you guys were very prepared for that today. Just what were conversations like with the team heading into it about how to prepare for that, and what worked well with the execution?
Well, I thought, like I said, we had a long spring break, and we got to do some 10-man before we prepared for Manhattan. So we had time. I thought we did a great job. I think 2 or 3 of the missed clears were just shots that they intercepted, or they ran the race to run it out. So we handled the pressure pretty well, I thought, and probably better than most teams that play them. So I was happy with that, and I thought we worked hard and got some key turnovers when we needed them, and scored some quick goals today as well, and it was fun.
For Joey and Owen, what's it like when you have a goalie setting the tone like Jimmy was today? How does that help you guys from an offensive perspective?
Yeah, I think I got a lot of confidence in Jimmy. I think he's a top goalie in the country. So when he's playing the way that he was today, I think we're able to take a little bit more chances, knowing that Jimmy's gonna have our back and we're gonna have his. And I think he's been playing great, so he's pretty good. So
yeah, I'll touch in on that. I think it's just it's a big momentum swing. Maybe we score, and then the face-off doesn't go our way, and then Jimmy steps up, defense makes a stop, and the crowd gets into it. We get the ball back, and we love the crowd noise when it's on our side, and we thrive off it, and kind of get a little extra, pep in our step.
And then, Jimmy, what do you think was going well for you that allowed you to get a career-high 18 saves today?
I think the defense was giving me shots I wanted to see. We were funneling them down into more low-angle areas, and I think I was just, taking it play-by-play, just making the reads and stepping to the ball, getting my body behind it.
And for anyone else, how important was Jimmy and the man down opportunities that forced Colgate to go 2 for 8 on those advantages that they had?
It was incredibly important. Man down, a lot of times you're getting shots, like you're getting good looks, and probably 50% of the time it's the goalie that makes the play. And the other times, maybe it's the pressure from the defense that makes the play or knock down a pass. So that, goalie's a huge part of man down, so hats off to Jimmy. Great job.
Joey, you had a ton of time at X today, a lot of time unmarked. What's kind of going through your head when everything's in front of you and deciding when you pass, go around the shoe? What's going through your head then?
Yeah, I think it's just about making the right play, making the play that's in front of me, not necessarily, trying to create one, just kind of taking what the defense is giving me and, just trying to, make the correct play out of it. And, I think the way that they play defense, was a little bit more hands off, and, I was able to find my guys, and they were able to score, so.
For Joey and Owen to get 200 career points, what does that milestone mean for you?
I'm just happy that we won the game. The only thing that I thought was cool about it was that me and Owen did it on the same play. I don't think you can really say that ever. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't know. But I thought that was cool. But no, I'm just happy that we won the game, and, we got a good Virginia team next week. So, we're just preparing for that one. So.
Well said.
Joey, I know you've talked a lot about how, what matters to you is just winning and winning 4 national championships if you had that opportunity a lot more than any records do. Today you broke Casey Powell's record for, I'm sorry, never mind.
He's moved into one of the top point games in program history.
Casey Powell has the record for
That's
points
cool.
in a game. You scored 11 points for the first time since then, so
Nice.
28 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
what does it mean to kind of follow into the footsteps of
Yeah,
guy that-
I've grown up, always watching Casey Powell. He for like the back half of his career, he played in the MLL where my dad was the coach. So I was able to, kind of be around him for some games. And he's, he's been pretty big and coming back and kind of talking me through some things. So to follow in his footsteps is great. But again, I'm just happy that we won the game and we got a pretty good team next week. So.
Coach, where do you feel like you guys have come since Harvard as you go into ACC play?
That's interesting because I think we've learned a lot about ourselves, but I think lacrosse is a hard game because you play to develop and get better, and you do, but everybody does. And that's why you see so many upsets throughout the country is that teams get their opportunities, they take advantage of them at times. I'm just proud of this team for being consistent and taking care of business when they're supposed to. So I think they've done a great job, and hopefully that continues next week. We step on the field and we use all the experience we've had up till now, and we take care of business next week.
Gary and Owen, you can jump on this if you want as well. How do you see it as the game goes along when Joey's working from X and he gets to control the pace of the game, and just how that changes, and then what you're talking to him about in the huddle about that?
Yeah, they really played off Joey today, and and they played different than we were prepared for as well. They changed some things up, and I think it was smart on their part because I think Coach March and the offense had their traditional defense down, and they were scoring easy, so they changed it up a bit. And Joey made the plays. He had time to come around with speed and take him one-on-one and meet him above the goal. And I thought that was the key. If you're going to give Joey free space to bump and hit once above the goal, I think he's going to win that most of the time.
Take 3 more questions.
And Jimmy, kind of build off that Harvard question a little bit earlier. How do you feel like your mentality has kind of changed from that game, if that was kind of maybe a wake-up call for you in that?
Yeah, I think that Harvard game definitely didn't go how I would have liked it to, but it's just a learning experience, and I watch the tape, see what I had to work on, and I'm just focused on the next play, the next shot every time. So yeah, just focused on the next shot, and not really worried too much about what happened in the past.
Joey, I'm sure you're aware, but there's kind of an online narrative about you not being able to score in big games. Today, scoring 11 points on a top 20 opponent. What do you say to those people?
I don't say anything. I'm just happy that we won the game, and I only really care about winning, and I could care less about what Instagram user 145 has to say. So.
And how much, with that pressure on you, does it help to have guys like Owen and everybody scoring around?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think there's pressure on anybody. I think there's pressure on us to win the game. I think that's it. I don't think today I played well. There might be 3 or 4 new guys next week that have career games, and if we win the game, that's all I really care about. And having Owen to play with back there, he's been great, and I don't think there's any other guy that I'd rather pass the ball to. So he's a pretty good shooter. So.
Owen, you guys were scoreless in the first quarter last time against Manhattan. Today, you yourself had 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. What kind of changed from the start of this game versus the start of that one?
I think just our mentality and practice after that Manhattan game kind of clicked on the offensive end, and Coach March kind of drew up a good game plan. My first goal was right off the face-off from Johnny Mullen, so if we could do that every time, that'd be awesome, but it's pretty rare. And then just having the guys on the offensive end to play with and kind of read off of and get me my shots when I can just helps me out.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.